everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's Pick a Card reading, we are looking at your September 2025 Love Insights. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps below, which will then take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, please know that is not me. All right, September 2025 Love Insights. Can we have a card for pile number 1? I feel like that's it there. And can we have a card for pile number 2, please? That one. And can we have a card for pile number 3, please? All right, pile number 1, you have Happiness, and you also have the Bumblebee Jasper. Okay, pile number 2, you have New Beginnings and Rainforest Jasper. Pile number 3, you have Simplicity and the Zebra Jasper. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Bumblebee Jasper, and your card is Happiness. Well, the first thing that really caught my attention is the Bumblebee Jasper and the sun right here, because I always personally, from the Bumblebee Jasper, I get like a feeling of joy and happiness and sunshine. And it's interesting that that crystal came with the happiness card here, because that's exactly what I feel when I look at the energy of this card. And so I feel for you in September, there's something that is expanding in your life. And so that would be either a current relationship or a new relationship, whatever your particular situation is. I feel that love is expanding, happiness is expanding. I feel like everything is in bloom, and I feel like you're really connecting with another person on a deeper emotional level. I feel also that there's this great joy and happiness and fun things. It feels like maybe you're going out and doing, fun activities, or maybe even traveling. There's a great sense of like peace and enjoying the moment, and just getting to know someone on a deeper level and connecting with someone on that deeper level, and just truly enjoying time that you have with this other person. So that's what I'm seeing with your first card. Let's see what else we have for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? We're looking at September 2025. Valiant courage, take action with passion. Well, this makes a lot of sense, because I feel there's a lot of passion in your first card. There's passion, there's happiness, there's like moving toward a relationship, and there's a lot of passion in this relationship. Like I said, remember I was talking about the great emotions that you have here. And so I feel that you're moving forward in this relationship. And so this could mean just literally moving forward and enjoying the moment, and, kind of fostering this really positive relationship. But it could also mean that, because there's some sort of action happening here. So it could mean that maybe you're taking that next step with someone. Maybe you're going to be moving in with someone, or finding a brand new home together, or, getting engaged, or looking at wedding venues, whatever it is. September for you, it's a time of just great enjoyment, great happiness, and enjoying, a lot of time with someone that you really connect with. Wow, so you have first light and beginning a new cycle. So this really goes with everything that I've said so far. Remember the I think it was like maybe the first thing I said with your happiness card. I feel like this is either a brand new relationship or a deeper connection of an existing relationship. And then you have here beginning a new cycle. So that really speaks to both of those things. And also this speaks to what I said with take action with passion over here, where you could be entering a new phase in your relationship. So maybe you were just kind of, dating around and trying to find someone special, and then you met this person and maybe it was just really casual at first. And then in September, you decide, there's definitely something here. Maybe we should be exclusive. So that's, possible. Like I said, you could be moving in together. You could be, planning a wedding, things like that. Whatever this new cycle is, it's definitely ushering in a time of great joy, great happiness. A lot of really positive things are happening here. Some of you could also be having a child. If you see here, there's eggs in the basket here. And that's obviously not for everybody, but that's definitely a possibility here. Or welcoming a fur baby into your life. That's also possible. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? You have happiness. You have happiness twice. So I feel that both of you are very, very happy. I mean, you can see with the dolphins here, they're both very happy, but I think this is, confirmation for you that you're both very happy. I feel you're both on the same page. And also, if you've been waiting to meet someone special, someone that you really connect with, and you haven't found that person yet, I feel like this is confirmation that your happiness and this great joy that you seek in your life is, right around the corner. And to have faith in the universe and have faith that everything is going to come together. Because September looks like a really great time for you. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, wow, you have abundance. There's like an abundance of happiness over here. And also, there's something about the Bumblebee Jasper that is making me think of like a lot of action, something like buzzing with happiness or something like that. With like the Bumblebee is making me think about that. So yeah, with abundance, this could mean a lot of different things. This could mean literally abundance of happiness. This could also mean like abundance of like fun things. Because remember with, I think it was this card here where I was seeing like, or was it this one? Well, wherever it was, I was seeing you doing like fun things, fun activities, maybe like, I keep seeing someone's going to a concert or like a festival, something like that. And so I feel that there's just this great emotional abundance that's coming into your life in September regarding a new relationship or someone you have an interest in. And so, yeah, I feel that it's also with abundance, it's like a very productive time to establish a relationship or to get to like a really good place in a relationship with someone else. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? September 2025 love insights for pile number 1. Oh, okay. So you have the Judgment card. So I feel what's happening here with the Judgment card is that there's this great renewal happening in your life, and we can see it here. I feel that's why you're so happy. And there's obviously a new cycle that's happening. Now, it's the feeling that I get with the Judgment card is that this is kind of the beginning of a new life for you. I feel that you're finding someone that you're truly happy with. You're finding someone that you can be yourself with. Quite possibly, you're finding your soulmate. You're finding the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, possibly your future spouse. And I feel like this is the beginning of a great new cycle, especially that you have this here. It's like, It's the beginning of your life in a certain sense of like this part of your life, being with someone, finding that special person. I feel like, this is the beginning of that for you in September. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. So September, especially because number 9 here in September, this is a time of great success for you. I feel that, everything that you've kind of been hoping for, everything you've been wishing for, especially, do you see the stars on this card? So I feel like whatever you've been wishing for, whatever you've been manifesting, visualizing, hoping, whatever it is that you've been doing, I feel like it all kind of comes together in September for you. It's something that you're going to build upon. So it's like September is just the beginning, but it's something that you're going to enjoy, building upon and working on. And that's this new, beautiful relationship that's unfolding for you in September. The Six of Cups. Okay, so for the Six of Cups, I feel that it is highly likely that you have possibly had a past life with this person. I also feel that something unexpected could happen here. So for some of you, this unexpected event could be that all of a sudden one day you're realizing someone that you've had a friendship with is actually more than a friend, and there's actually something romantic going on. For others of you, you could just, be in the right place at the right time and you meet your special person. For some of you, I just heard that you might be on vacation or going on like a quick road trip or a day trip or something like that, and you happen to meet this person in September. So that's also possible for some of you. You are receiving a great gift in September, and that is the gift of this beautiful relationship that's going to be unfolding for you. Yeah. You have the Ace of Cups. I mean, it's just a beautiful time of emotional renewal. There's a lot of safety and comfort within this connection with this person. I feel that there's a very nurturing energy here. And by that, I mean like two people nurturing the relationship. So two people putting in, equal effort, two people being very excited about each other and, being excited about the possibilities for your future. And also, another thing I'm seeing with this Ace of Cups for some of you is it happening out of the blue. Okay, so I feel some of you maybe even said, oh, I'm just going to be single for a little while and work on some projects or some ideas that I have for my personal life. And then all of a sudden, you just, by chance or by fate, whatever you want to call it, just happen to meet someone that really sparks your interest. And then, this relationship takes off from there. For others of you, it could just be surprising how like truly connected you are with this person. It could be kind of like a psychic connection where you think the same things at the same time. When you're having conversations, you kind of complete each other's sentences sometimes, things like that. So definitely like a very, very strong connection that I feel has past life ties. All right, the Moon. Yeah, there could definitely be a surprise in store for some of you in September. Pretty much, what I just said, but I'm getting confirmation for it here, where something kind of appears out of the blue when you least expect it, or, anything that I just mentioned about, kind of finding somebody when you least expect it. So I feel also what's happening here, if you've been wanting to meet someone and you haven't met that special person yet, with the Moon card, I feel that your paths are about to cross. And I feel that both of your paths are being illuminated and bringing you into like the same place at the perfect time. So I do feel that there's also divine timing at work here. And I just heard that the wait is going to be worth it. So if you've been waiting for a while to find this person, the wait's going to be worth it. Yeah. And this is something that's going to be long lasting as well, as long as you choose to keep the relationship going. Of course, you still have free will, but it definitely has the potential for something that is very much long lasting because you're both feeding into the relationship exactly what the relationship needs, you know, have this kind of emotional abundance in your lives every day. So yeah, let's see what else we have here. The Three of Cups. So I'm getting a couple things with the Three of Cups here. For some of you, like I said, you could be meeting somebody when you're traveling or on vacation or a road trip, a day trip. Some of you could be meeting somebody at some kind of event, like a wedding or some kind of, you know, a get together, a party, where there's like groups of people and you're mingling. But it does seem like you know some people there. So, I mean, it could be anything from like a concert to a dinner party to, you know, going out to dinner or something like that. You know, someone in the wedding party. So definitely that is possible here. That's one thing I'm seeing with the Three of Cups. The other thing I'm seeing is that there's this great celebration for you and this other person. So you could definitely be celebrating, you know, with beginning a new cycle and also judgment. You could be celebrating an engagement, a wedding, you know, any kind of fun announcement. Maybe you're celebrating the announcement of a child on the way, because remember you have the eggs here. So yeah, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a brand new relationship. This can also be a relationship that you've been in for a while, but you're celebrating a new phase of that relationship. It just depends on your particular situation, because it is a general reading. But when we look at things like from an overall general perspective, all of these elements are present, you know, even if your situation is slightly different. All right, the Ten of Pentacles, absolutely. So do you see this little child peeking out here? So definitely some of you could be having a child. That's absolutely possible. And definitely marriage is definitely possible. So like I said, some of you could be celebrating an engagement, a marriage. And also remember, I said some of you could be meeting this person at an event, at a wedding, at, you know, some kind of celebration. So keep that in mind also. But I am seeing here with the Ten of Pentacles that, you know, this is that new cycle that I've been talking about. And within this new cycle, you know, this is what I was saying earlier about this is something that has potential to last for the rest of your life. I feel that there's also like meeting friends, meeting family of, you know, each other. So you're meeting their friends and family, they're meeting your friends and family and things like that. So yeah, it's kind of like I'm feeling forging like strong bonds with starting with you two and then merging out into your own individual lives and the people that you have in your lives. So we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense, especially that it's below the Nine of Pentacles and beginning a new cycle. So what I'm feeling here with the Ten of Wands is that some of you decided to, I think I said something about this earlier, some of you decided to just kind of, you know, give up on finding that person right now and just kind of do things, you know, for yourself and, you know, decided, you know, I'm not going to look for someone right now. And then all of a sudden, right when you decide that, someone shows up. Because the Ten of Wands is showing me that you're doing something on your own, and you know it's can be a little bit burdensome, but Spirit is saying, well, hang on just a minute, because a change is upon you. The 10 means that, you know, you're ending one cycle and going into a new cycle, and look at what's above that, beginning a new cycle. And then also the Nine of Pentacles. This also indicates that, you know, you've kind of been doing something on your own, or can indicate that. And so, yeah, I feel that that time of doing things on your own is coming to an end. You're going to have a best friend by your side to not only help you with things, but, you know, to support you and to do fun things with. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very welcome change for you. And we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, with the Five of Wands, I feel that everything is coming together for you. I feel that it could also be kind of like, this kind of goes with, what was it? Where did I see that? Was it the Moon card? Oh, was it the, hold on a second, let me think. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was the Six of Cups. It's right below the Six of Cups, so that makes sense. I feel that something could be happening unexpected with the Five of Wands, or kind of like at the last minute. Like I was saying, some of you may have been looking and looking and looking for someone special and you haven't found him yet, and then you're like, okay, just never mind. I'm just going to go about my life and just forget about that part of my life for you know, a period of time. And then all of a sudden you meet somebody. So definitely I feel like something comes together possibly when you least expect it. Now, the other thing that I see here is what I was talking about earlier, where it's like there's equal effort that you're both putting into the relationship. You're building the relationship. You're both putting hard work into the relationship. I feel like there's great communication. I feel it feels like you can talk to each other about anything. This really, really strong force of energy that comes together. And I also feel with the Five of Wands, especially being below the Six of Cups, I feel that the two of you definitely had some kind of past life together. And I feel like you are, in a sense, continuing with that story, or some element in your past life that you didn't get to finish or complete, or maybe in the past life you know, worked through any kind of karma that you needed to work through in that lifetime, and now you're kind of leveling up your relationship in this lifetime. Okay, so that's another thing I'm seeing with the Five of Wands here. Oh, hold on a second. The other thing I'm seeing before I get to this Ace of Pentacles here, when I was looking away and grabbing the card, I saw the eye here. This really caught my attention. So it's like an eye on the hand. And I'm feeling like you could have a connection. Like when you first see this person, there could be something that's very familiar about this person. So probably like their energy or like a sense of deja vu with this person, where you're like, wow, I feel like I've been sitting here before. I feel like I've had a conversation with you before. That's the past life familiarity that's just coming in, like that recognition. All right, so now on to the Ace of Pentacles here. So this is what I'm talking about. You see the pathway here and then the archway here. A lot of times the archways make me think of like wedding venue, things like that. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. This connection has potential to literally be your person, your future spouse, your soulmate. And also it could happen unexpectedly, okay? Especially because I felt that with the Ace of Cups, with the hand coming out of the cloud, and I'm feeling it again with the Ace of Pentacles. So whether you just bump into somebody randomly when you're out one day, or you're on a dating app and you find someone and you really, really connect with them, and you are almost ready to give up that dating app, right? And then unexpectedly you meet someone that you really connect with. So I do see that happening here. Another thing I see happening is some of you could be surprised with an engagement, because with this pentacle specifically, I didn't see it with the Ace of Cups, but I'm seeing it with the Ace of Pentacles, where someone could be giving you a ring, or you could be giving someone else a ring. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing that with the Ace of Pentacles, and that would explain all of the happiness and abundance and celebration that we have here. So of course that's not going to apply to everybody, but it can also be more kind of metaphorical right now, in the sense of you're finding that person that eventually in the future you will be seeing that happen with this person. So that's why I say metaphorically right now, because right now it could be a metaphor for what's to come for you in the future. Okay, and then, oh yeah, see, I'm telling you, so you have the Tower card. Now what this is telling me is that there's a shakeup happening in your life, and it could be very unexpected, but it's a good shakeup, okay, because of the other cards that you have here, and because I already talked about something unexpected happening for in your life, and I explained that already, right, about the possibilities with that. Now, you also have the Judgment card here, and this is, you know, in a sense, kind of a shakeup. It's you know, in this particular reading, in my view, it has some similarities to the Tower card, where there's something saying, hey, you know, wake up, this new cycle is here. Someone important is coming into your life. Pay attention to this person, pay attention to the energy here. This has great potential to change your entire life for the better. It's kind of like, hey, wake up, what you've been waiting for is knocking on your door, okay? Yeah, I feel for you in September, the universe can be acting in mysterious ways, where there could even be something that happens that leads you onto the path of this person. Like, let's say, you know, something happens where something happens and then you can't get to a certain place in town or something like that, and then you and the rest of your friends end up going to a different location, or, you know, something just kind of random like that. That could be the Tower card, where your plans are unexpectedly changed, and then when you're at that second location, that's when you just happen to bump into this person, okay? It could be something like that. Now, for others of you, it is possible that something could happen with the Tower card where, let's say there's a job that you thought you were going to get, and then all of a sudden you didn't get that job. But then, you know, the week after, you have another job offer, and you accept that job offer, and through that job, you meet this person. Okay, so it could also mean something like that. So let's get your last card. The Magician. Okay. Things are coming together for you. If you've been manifesting, if you've been visualizing your special person, it's working. Okay, just know that. Especially with it being next to the Tower card, it's like something powerful is about to happen. And also look at the stars on the Tower card. Remember, I talked about the stars in the Nine of Pentacles? And you have stars in other cards as well. But for some reason, it really stuck out to me with the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, and then you have the Magician here. So it's something, these two cards are very powerful, the Tower and the Magician. So something powerful is happening for you in September. And that is, you know, meeting this person and connecting with this person. I feel also with the Magician, this person holds within them everything that you've been looking for, everything that you've been, you know, wanting. And like I said, those of you who are manifesting and visualizing, you're literally seeing this manifestation come to life right before your eyes. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Rainforest Jasper, and you also have New Beginnings. Well, the first thing that catches my attention is that you have the Rainforest Jasper, so that's indicating rain, right? And then you have New Beginnings and like the sun coming up. So the first thing that this is telling me is that there's a sense of cleansing that's going on, and then waking up to a new day. So I feel that like the sun is coming out. There's a new start. There's a better start. Okay. I feel that divine timing is at play here. And I feel that what is coming into your life is like a brighter future compared to like where you are right now, or maybe something that has to do with a previous relationship, like maybe things ended and you felt, you know, really, really bad for a long time about that. But Spirit is saying, you know, things are changing for you. Things are looking up for you. And I feel like there's some kind of glow up in your love life that's going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of excitement also. I'm getting a great sense of excitement. I feel like there's something else with this card that wants to come through, but I don't know if it's going to come through yet. So I will keep that in mind as we go forward, and I'm sure that it will come through as we continue on with the other cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 2? We're looking at September 2025 love insights. And these 3 cards wanted to come out, so we'll take them. Let's see what we have. Okay, wow. So you have answering the call, the time is now, and new beginnings. That's pretty powerful. And look at this door opening, and then look, there's this little deer waiting outside the door. So yeah, answering the call. So, okay, Spirit wants me to tell you that don't be afraid to answer the call of a new relationship, because this time it's going to be different, okay? If there was something that happened in the past that made you kind of question things or made you feel down or upset or something like that, things are going to be different now. If you've been single for a while and you're feeling lonely and sad or whatever, just know that things are changing for you. There's definitely a meeting, a connection that's going to happen very soon that's going to usher in this new beginning for you. Yeah, see? Ascending the mountain, keep going forward. This is basically the same vein of what Spirit was just telling me, okay? Like, don't give up if you are very interested in finding someone, or if you've been feeling lonely, or if you had a really bad breakup in the past, or, a relationship that did not turn out the way that you had hoped. Don't let that hold you back from moving forward and finding your special person, because it's completely different than it was in the past. There's a new beginning. Things are different now. And everything is starting to look up for you. There's like, the sun is coming up for you. So I feel like the sun is shining on your future, on your love life, and things that are shifting in that regard in your life. Wow, see, I told you. You have rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. I feel that someone that you're meeting very, very soon, in September, right? So pretty soon, they're going to be a blessing in your life. And I feel like you're going to be a blessing in their lives, and in their life. And I feel like you both have so much to look forward to. And another thing, I'm seeing another synchronicity here. So remember with the rainbow, I'm sorry, I'm saying rainbow, the Rainforest Jasper, and I was talking about how it rains, and then what happens? The sun comes out. But what else happens when it rains? You get a rainbow, okay? So I feel that the time of kind of darkness is coming to an end in your life, no matter how you came upon that darkness. It could be anything that I previously said, a bad breakup or a toxic relationship, or maybe, someone just, going out of your life for one reason or another. Maybe you had an amazing relationship, but someone had to move away. So anything like that, or if you've been single for so long that you just want to give up on finding someone special and just go on about your life, whatever this kind of darkness was, the sun's coming up now in September. Yeah. So Spirit says this is not the time to give up on love, if that's something that you're looking for, because things are going to change for you pretty soon. What else can you tell us for pile number 2? Is that it? Okay. Energy. Yeah. Energy. There's an energy that's moving into your life. And this energy is going to feel like a great big blessing. And look at how bright this card is. See, this is what I'm talking about with the sun coming up. I'm hearing this energy is exactly what you need, exactly what you want. And it's, with the brightness of this card, remember just a minute ago, I mentioned if you've had any kind of darkness relating to your love life, that's coming to an end. And look at how bright this card is. So there is a bright energy coming into your life. And it's this special person that's coming into your life. I feel like this card here is for you. Look at that, success. Now, not only is it success, but look, you have the sun on this card also. And look at this. This is kind of like, makes me think of an archway. So I feel like there's great success that you will find within a relationship. So I feel like you're most likely meeting somebody in September. Some of you may already know this person but haven't established a relationship, you know, like a romantic relationship with this person yet. So some of you will be expanding on a friendship, and then others of you are going to meet someone completely new. And the energy that the two of you bring to this connection, it's going to really change both of your lives, I feel. And I feel that you move forward in this relationship and start something just completely new. I feel like this is a new phase of your life that is about to happen here. What else can you tell us for pile number 2? The Magician, wow, are you manifesting this great new beginning? Because that's what I'm feeling here. Yeah, there's manifestation that's happening. I feel also some of you, for this Magician card, what it's showing me is that someone kind of comes out of the blue, okay? Someone just kind of appears mysteriously out of nowhere. Because remember, we're talking about things going from darkness to light, because how we see in your very first card, it was dark here, it was raining, and then what's coming out? The sun. You have 2 cards with the sun, and then you have the rainbow card here, and you're walking through a new door. Someone could appear just literally kind of out of the blue. I feel also for some of you, you could be meeting this person at night. So some kind of nighttime event, or going out on a dinner date or something like that. That's also possible. Or you could be out with friends at, you know, like a late concert or something like that, and you could meet someone there. Yeah, there's definitely something coming through about meeting someone when it's like dark outside. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense with the 5 of Pentacles here, because remember, I was talking about being in the darkness, being alone, not having someone there by your side. But that is exactly what is changing. And look at how this 5 of Pentacles is right below the card that says keep going forward. And why do you want to keep going forward? Because you're very, very close to meeting somebody and to starting, you know, a new life, a new cycle, a new beginning with this person. And so, because the 5 of Pentacles, this is like a card of being alone, feeling left out, you know, and that's changing, you know, especially like, look at this card. It looks cold. It looks dreary. This person looks worried. That's changing for you. The 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if you could have had a better card after what I just said. So remember, I just said that's changing for you. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so being alone, feeling lonely, feeling like you're wandering around and you're not finding anyone that you really connect with, that is changing. There's a new beginning that's happening here. And this is someone that you can trust, someone you can rely on, someone who is very, very dedicated to this relationship, to your connection. You both have a similar energy, so there are certain differences that you have that where you complement each other, in the sense of, you know, maybe one person is stronger at this and someone else is stronger in another area, and so you complement each other in that sense. But another thing about the energy is that, like I first said, you have a similar vibration with your energy. Okay, so you're like on the same page with a lot of things. You want the same things. Your views are similar, things like that. And it just works. And the other thing that's very similar between your energy is how you both want to put effort into a relationship. And that effort will continue on throughout your relationship. It's not just going to be there in the beginning and then fade away. It's actually going to be there, you know, for a very long time. And then you have the Lovers card. That is amazing. So I feel what I heard with the Lovers card is that the time of sacrifice, or the time of settling is over. Of course, you'll have to compromise in your relationship, right? But I'm talking about settling for less, or like being alone. These things that you don't want, that is coming to an end. That is being replaced by this beautiful relationship, by this beautiful unfolding of, you know, this connection and your energy. Truly, I feel like this is your soulmate because your energy is so kind of synergistic, and your energy, it just works. It's like you're literally vibrating at like on the same, with the same vibration. You may know very quickly that this is the one, this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. The Page of Swords. Okay, so with the Page of Swords, I feel that there is a great sense of communication that's going on here. And this is kind of connected to the Lovers card with what I just said, where you're talking about things. Remember I said you both want the same thing. I think I mentioned it with the Ten of Pentacles also. You both want the same thing. You're both looking for the same thing. And the more that you talk to this person, the more that you get to know this person, the more obvious it is that this is your person. Look at how strong this connection is. The Ten of Pentacles on the Lovers card, this is a very, very strong connection, and you both feel this energy. So there's no questioning here about, oh, is this person interested in me? Does this person want to see me again? No, you don't have to question that. First of all, neither one of you are playing those kind of games like, oh, maybe I should wait to text this person back, or maybe I should wait to call this person, or, you know, whatever it is that's going on. No, you're both like, hey, I love spending time with you. Let's spend more time together. You know what I mean? Like it's just, everything is very upfront. Everything is very sort of simplified somehow, like with your communication. The Emperor. Yeah, see, you have so many strong cards. The Magician, Ten of Pentacles, Lovers, the Emperor. This is the beginning of a long-term relationship, you know, finding the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You both want to build something, and it's very, very similar what you both want to build. Okay, it's like you want to build a life together, you want to move in together, you want a home together, possibly children together or fur babies. The beginning of this whole situation starts for you in September. September is your new beginning. And I am hearing something about the change of seasons in September. So that could mean something significant for some of you. I'm sure that's not all of you watching this particular pile, but definitely, you know, toward the end of September, some of you will be feeling this energy getting stronger and stronger. So that could mean that you meet this person in early September, and, you know, toward the very middle to end of month, you could start to be feeling that, you know, there's something really strong here. I feel like you're my soulmate. And then others of you could meet this person toward the end of the month. It just kind of depends on your situation. Then we have the Hermit card. This makes so much sense. This particular Hermit card is very interesting to me because well, maybe it's just because it's under the Magician card, but there's something about this like globe right here that is making me feel like you are manifesting the exact life that you want in your romantic life, right? You're manifesting the exact person you want, the exact relationship you want, things like that. And everything is coming together for you. It's interesting that number 9 is the Hermit, and then we have September, but the Hermit also means that you're coming out of a time of solitude. You're coming out of a time of possibly manifesting, because it's right under the Magician card, and your vision, what you've been hoping for, your new beginning, is like right there. It's upon you in September. Then we have the World card. I mean, it's the synchronicities and all of the cards that are saying, hey, there's this new beginning happening for you, are just amazing to me. Okay, because we started your reading with new beginnings. Okay. And then all throughout this reading, we're seeing new beginnings. You know, the Magician is number 1, so that can symbolize a new beginning. 10 of Pentacles, like you're leading into building this very strong relationship. The Lover's card, the Emperor, you're building something. I just said with the Hermit, something's coming to an end. Like your waiting is over. You're finding the person you want to be with. And then the World card. I mean, you definitely have a new beginning that's happening for you in September. It's going to lead to children for some of you. I know not everybody wants children, and some of you already have children and you don't want more children. So it could be that you will be having children with someone. It could be that someone else has children that will be coming into the relationship. It could even be fur babies that you're going to be having, you know, in your connection with this person. Your new beginning with this person is very, very blessed. And like I said, it's because the energy that you have together, like individually and then together, that is exactly why you have so much success. The two of you are on the same page. And you're also both of you are very grateful for each other, and that's why you have all of these blessings coming into your life. And I feel like things just get easier for you when you're with this person. I think that you make a really, really amazing team, and everything just seems to kind of get easier. The Fool card, another card showing this new beginning. Absolutely. And look, oh, okay, it's not, but I thought that was a butterfly right there, but it's not. It's kind of like a spark, it looks like, which is maybe even better because I feel like the sparks are going to fly between the two of you. Like there's going to be no denying this connection that you have with this person. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be like an instant attraction that you have with this person and that they have with you. And you want to move forward. Some of you will actually move forward very, very quickly. I feel some of you will be moving in together very, very quickly. I'm kind of seeing a scenario where one of you stays the night at the other person's home, and then you kind of never leave. You know what I mean? Where you may be staying there 1 or 2 nights a week, or vice versa. And then, you know, a month later, you're kind of there like 5, 6 nights a week. And then next thing you know, you're moving in together. So that's definitely possible for you. I'm seeing that with the Fool card. And Spirit says, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Just go with the flow and just, you know, go where the energy takes you, because there's definitely something special about this connection. Then we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so with the 5 of Swords, the first thing that I got here is that a struggle is coming to an end. So this could mean a couple different things depending on where you are in your life. If you've been struggling to find your special person, that struggle is coming to an end. If you've been struggling doing things on your own, maybe you find, you know, living on your own very difficult, and you want to have a partner there to support you and to help you and to, you know, cheer you on every day. Not having that is coming to an end, especially because the 5 of Swords is below the Lover's card. So whatever kind of struggle you've been dealing with, you're coming out of that period of time. Look at this, how you have this archway here. Okay, so some kind of struggle, you're leaving that behind, you're coming through this, and you have this new beginning. I feel some of you may have been single for a while and you did some soul searching. Maybe you know, worked on yourself. Maybe this could even be representing you healing from a past relationship. You know, so overcoming something, coming out of it with a sense of you're ready for a new phase in your life. You're ready for this new beginning. And then we have the King of Cups. Wow. So there is such emotional balance between the two of you. It's a very, very powerful, powerful connection that I feel between the two of you. It's like you're on the same wavelength. You communicate so well. like I said with the Page of Swords, you don't have to wait to figure out what this person is thinking. It's almost like you just know what this person is thinking without them saying anything. You're very much on the same page. Everything, I feel that why everything flows so well is because your communication is so open and so just out there, like everything's on the table. You communicate very well, therefore your emotional connection just continues to flow. And I feel very strongly that you have almost identical views about what you see going forward. So like where you want to live, if you want children, how many children you want, you know, things like that. I feel that your views on most things are very, very similar. And that also helps with the communication, and it helps with that, you know, emotional connection. And it just gets stronger. Like I feel it just getting stronger and stronger by the day. Then we have the King of Swords. Yeah, it's what I was just talking about with communication. I feel that your communication is so open and so strong, and your connection is so strong that should you have any kind of difficulties or anything, any problems that may arise, you have this great ability to talk about things very, very quickly. So let's say you have some kind of miscommunication. I feel that you are both wanting to address that very, very quickly. And then problems are solved very easily, very quickly. You know, if anything like that should happen. There is a great intellectual connection. There's a great emotional connection. And there's also a great connection with building your future. Like I said, wanting those same things. And that is what I see for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Zebra Jasper, and your card is Simplicity. I feel that there's a couple things going on with this card. I feel, first of all, that the universe is trying to communicate with you regarding your love life. Okay, this could be the universe, your spirit guides. This could be a loved one who has passed on to the other side. And I feel that there's a sense of comfort that's coming in. So I feel that someone is trying to communicate with you about your love life, about a relationship that's coming into your life. And we're going to look at more about what that means as we go forward with your reading. I feel there's also a sense of, if you're wanting to manifest a special person, this card is showing me to, you know, like write down what you want and put it out into the universe and just kind of let it go and let the universe do its thing. And then I feel like this person is gonna just kind of float into your life. For some of you, when you least expect it, I feel that there's definitely, with, you know, with the feather here floating in the air, I feel that someone's getting very, very close to you, and I feel like you're going to meet this person in September. Another thing that I'm feeling with this Simplicity is that this relationship that's coming into your life is going to have a sense of simplicity, in the sense where it's easy. It's an easygoing relationship. There aren't any like huge energies going on here. I mean, there's a huge connection, but there's like, I feel like it's very simple in the sense where you get along and everything is just easy. Everything flows fairly easy for you in this relationship. And the other thing that I'm feeling is that if you have any unresolved situations or communication, or unresolved like closure from a past relationship, Spirit is showing me that this would be a great time for you to wrap up any loose ends and simplify your life because someone's coming into your life, I feel, in September, because that's what we're looking at here. And if you can kind of simplify things, then the ease of this person coming into your life, like everything will just kind of fall into place for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? We're looking at September 2025 love insights. Okay, well, we're going to look at this one first. Okay, so you have first light, beginning a new cycle. Yeah. And this is, oh, look, you have a feather. I mean, not a feather, but you have a leaf that looks like the feather. That is so interesting. I love that. So you have a new beginning, a new cycle that's coming into your life. And it just feels so much simpler. It's so peaceful. Look at this card. Do you feel like how peaceful this is? Like there's snow down here and it just feels so quiet and so welcoming and so simple. And the reason why is because I feel there's something about your connection where there's a great sense of gratitude. There's a great sense of accepting each other for who you are. And no one's trying to change the other person. No one's trying to prove a point or be right all the time. I feel there's a great sense of like communication and compromise and seeing the other person's perspective with things. And I feel also somehow it kind of opens your eyes to how simple a relationship can be and how nice it can be to be in a connection like that where everything just kind of flows so easily. Yeah, okay, let's see. Faraway places, get ready for a new horizon. Ooh, very interesting. There's a couple things I feel with this card. Some of you may be meeting someone from like outside of your country or from a different culture, something like that. You could also be meeting this person while you're on vacation, while you're traveling. This person could be traveling where you live, okay? So you could meet someone while they are on vacation, while they're traveling for work, something like that. And I feel that the other thing that's coming through with New Horizons is a different kind of relationship than you've had before. And the simplicity of this relationship that's coming into your life in September. I feel there's, especially because you have beginning a new cycle. So I feel that there's something hugely different about this relationship that's coming into your life compared to past relationships. So maybe in the past you had really dramatic type relationships. Maybe you were both very, emotional people or, had like these grand discussions or arguments or something like that. And it's so quiet and simple now. And it's like a breath of fresh air. It's for some of you, it will be different than something you had in the past, but it's also that you two just connect on a level that you've never connected with anyone before. And that's where the simplicity comes in. That's why you have this new cycle. And I feel that that's also what New Horizons could mean more metaphorically for some of you, is that it's a new horizon in the sense of you haven't had this type of relationship before. Okay, so that's another meaning for the New Horizons, because it could be literal or it could be metaphorical, or it could even be both for some of you. But yeah, whether it's metaphorical or literal will just depend on, your individual circumstances, because it is a general reading. So, it'll vary a little bit, but the overall message is still going to be the same no matter what your situation is. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? September 2025 Love Insights. All right, what do we have here? 2? Okay, let's see. Energy. Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's something about the energy between the two of you that you haven't felt before. This is the type of relationship I feel that there's something about it that's different that is just where everything just flows. Everything is just easy. Another thing I feel with the energy card is that some of you will be able to feel this person coming into your life before they actually come into your life, where you may feel like, oh, I know I'm going to meet my special person soon. Okay. Well, that's because you are. They're getting closer to you. So if you have that feeling, you're correct. You're going to meet this person soon. They're going to be coming into your life. And I feel like your life is going to change because this new cycle is going to be upon you, and it's going to offer so many blessings, and it's going to be just such this wonderful, beautiful connection. And then we have the strength card. Yeah. You're building something that's very, very strong. You're both wanting to put in a lot of energy, a lot of effort into this connection, into this relationship. And also because you're both wanting something that's simple, something that's easy, something that just flows. I feel neither one of you want anything, like you don't want drama, you don't want conflict, you want to just be in a relationship that's easy, that you don't have to work so hard at making things work in this relationship. That's what you both want, and that's what you both get. And there's like this equal give and receive in the energy that I'm seeing here. And that's why you're building something very, very strong, and something that, has great potential to last a very long time. And I feel that's another meaning with this card, faraway places, is like the length of your relationship. That's what I'm seeing here. There's like, you have the potential of meeting somebody in September where this connection is going to be very, very long lasting. Another thing I'm getting from faraway places, I am just getting so much information from this card, is that this could be a past life connection. Well, I just heard it is. That's what I just heard, that it is a past life connection. And so you're coming back together. Like you may have been separated for some time, but now you're coming back together. Yeah, so if you have like an instant connection with this person, that's why. Because you've known this person in a previous lifetime. What else? These cards just like jumped. Did you see that? That was a lot of energy going on here. What else do you want to say to pile number 3, please? For pile number 3. Okay. Let's start with these 2 cards that jumped. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is what I've been talking about, how things are very, very simple. Things are very straightforward. There's no one is trying to one up the other person. There's no drama in this relationship. That is pointing to this great intellectual connection that you have with this person, because you think the same. Your energy is the same in the way that you think, the way you see things, the way you want things. I feel that you both want a relationship that is just simple. You don't want any kind of chaos, any drama in the relationship. And I feel because you're both wanting that, you have amazing communication. I feel like you can both have a conversation and you don't have to sugarcoat things. You can just say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Hey, this is who I am. If that doesn't vibe with you, then, I hope you have a good day and I wish you luck. So it seems like you can both say what you mean, and that's perfectly fine. I feel like you don't have to like walk on eggshells with the other person. You can be straightforward. I feel that you both really, really like straightforward conversations and cutting to the point. And if, especially in the very beginning, I feel like you're both like, okay, this is what I want. What do you want? And you're like, okay, check. This is this and this is that. Okay, check. And then, so some of your conversations could be, for an outside perspective, may seem very sterile, but it's like, hey, let's just cut to the chase and see if we should continue talking. So I feel like that could be kind of how it starts, but there's so much more beyond that. It's like you have this intellectual connection with your conversations in these really, really deep conversations, you know, about a variety of subjects that just, you know, feeds this energy that I'm feeling between the two of you. And also that communication style builds this great strength that you have together. And I'm not saying that all of your conversations are, you know, like straight to the point. I'm just saying like that's kind of like an example of what I'm seeing, where that creates the simplicity that I'm feeling over here. Yeah. There's something else with this Queen of Swords. I don't know if it's going to come through right now. So I'll leave that. I'll remember that as we go forward. Yeah, see, we have the Four of Wands. So this is what I'm talking about. Because you have that communication style, because you both have that communication style, that's what's important. That is what builds this strength, which then builds this very strong foundation that we see in the Four of Wands. Because you realize very, very quickly, it's almost like you get those kind of conversations out of the way, which then, so it's like every time you have these conversations, you're peeling back the layers so that you can get into the deeper soul of the person much, much quicker. And so I feel in that respect, you and your connection grows very, very quickly. And I feel that you're also laying the groundwork for the future of your relationship. You're right from the beginning, you have great conversation, very, very open with each other. And it just, that is why this relationship becomes so simple. Now, that doesn't mean that your connection and your love for each other is simple. It just means that where otherwise with someone else, you might have more miscommunications, you might have more arguments or disagreements, and where there's like a lack of communication and it's like battling the same argument for, you know, 2 weeks or something like that. That is what I mean by simplicity. That kind of thing does not seem to be happening here. All right. Look at that. You have the Sun card. Oh my gosh. I love that for you. Okay. So if you're wanting to have children in September, you could definitely be meeting the person that you will have children with. It could also be that this person will already have children, or maybe you have children, and this person will be very, very accepting of your child or children if you already have them. And if they have children, I feel that you're going to adore that child. Beyond that, I know not everybody wants to have children. Beyond that, what I'm seeing is just this beautiful connection that has a sense of innocence to it, where you can both be yourselves. You're both very grateful for each other, like this unconditional love that you both have for each other, and, you know, just really admiring each other. I'm feeling there's a great sense of admiration here. There's a great sense of fun. There's a lot of fun energy happening here. There's a lot of excitement here. And truly, it's like, oh, you know what it is? Remember in the beginning, I said the universe, a spirit guide, a loved one who has passed over? I'm getting it here too. There's someone watching over you. I feel someone is directing this person into your life, and it's going to be a very, very beautiful connection. Four of Pentacles. This is a connection that's going to last a very long time. And I feel that you both realize that very, very quickly. And you both put in that energy. You're building something. You both realize that very, very quickly, that this is something special, but your connection is so simple and you just let it flow. There's no need to rush things. Things happen very naturally within this connection. So, you know, and maybe that's part of the simplicity. Maybe in the past, you or this other person felt pressured to, you know, hurry up and move in together, or hurry up and do this, or let's hurry up and get this done. And that's not here. Everything is building at a moderate pace for you too, you know, for the both of you. Neither one of you feels uncomfortable at the pace it's going. If it moves along very quickly, you both want it to move along very quickly. So there's like no pressure. everything seems to be so equal here with how you want things to progress. The Lovers card, yeah, and what I just heard is that you don't have to sacrifice things in this relationship like you may have sacrificed things in the past. So like I just said, maybe you had to sacrifice a timeline in the past because someone wanted to speed things up or slow things down. And you know, that's just an example. That's not happening here. Both of you are very supportive of each other. And like I said, things just have this natural flow. Everything just falls into place in this relationship and this connection. And that is exactly what builds this very, very strong relationship and connection and future that you have with this person. You have two cards so far, the Strength and then the Four of Wands here, which show exactly what I said. This, you know, building a very strong foundation for a long lasting connection. And then you have the Page of Wands. So I feel with the Page of Wands, there's some kind of excitement happening here. Some of you will meet this person when you are like so if you have a particular hobby or something, like let's say for instance that you like to like run marathons, or you like to go bowling or something like that. I get this feeling that some of you meet this person while you are doing that activity or something like that. Okay. Now, the other thing that I see with the Page of Wands is that you're both so passionate about the other person's life and experiences and what they do for work and what you do for work. And it's just like this great friendship and this great, you know, romance that happens between the two of you, where you're both very much invested in what the other person is doing, and you're cheering the other person on, and you're very interested in all of these things that are going on in each of your individual lives. The High Priest. Okay, with the High Priest, this is another card I'm feeling could potentially be indicating children. Okay, so that's definitely possible for you. Another thing, there is a waiting period that is coming to an end. I feel that for some of you, that waiting period could be that you want children and you found the person that you will have children with. That's not going to apply to everybody, but I am seeing it here with the High Priestess. And, you know, occasionally I see children with the High Priestess, not all the time, but occasionally, and I'm seeing it here. It's something that you've been waiting for, something that you were looking for, that's coming into your life. So that can also be the simplicity of this relationship. Like you're finally finding what you've been looking for. You're finally finding that missing formula that you didn't have in previous relationships, and things just happen to work out. Now, another thing that I'm picking up for some of you, remember in the beginning with faraway places, I said that you might be meeting someone while you're on vacation or they're on vacation, or one of you is working in, you know, a different location than where you live. For some of you, that is going to happen. And for some of you, you're really going to feel this connection with this person, but you're going to be in separate locations, you know, where your home base is in separate locations. And Spirit says, don't worry about that. Everything's going to work out for you. It may take a little while. I feel like it would be less than a year for you to figure that out, like possibly 9 months or less. And everything's going to work out where you're going to eventually be in the same place, and everything's going to just kind of fall into line and balance out for you. So have no fear. You're still going to be, you know, going through all of these phases up here where you're getting to know somebody, and everything just from that point falls into place. So don't worry about that. You're going to get the answers that you need to figure things out if that's the case for you. Then we have the Five of Cups. So with the Five of Cups, this really takes me back to beginning a new cycle. Because look at this card. This person is so focused on the cups that spilled over, but the person's not seeing the cups back here. So what this is telling me is that nothing is lost. So if you feel like, Especially, let me finish let me continue what I was saying. If you're in different places, have no fear. Everything's going to work out. It may look a little bit difficult at first, but it's truly nothing to stress about, nothing to worry about, because there's going to be a solution for the two of you to come together, okay? Now, the other thing with the Five of Cups, some of you may have in the past felt like this type of relationship was not possible. And the reason why you thought that this might not be possible is because you are so focused on like a previous relationship that was not this simple, was not this peaceful. And Spirit says, have no fear. You can have exactly what you want. And it seems to be coming into your life in September. The Two of Swords. So with the Two of Swords, I feel that you have been waiting for this for a while. You've been trying to figure out how to have this type of relationship, and it's finally coming into your life. You're finally meeting that special person who understands you, and you understand this person. Like, you're just on the same page. I also feel that this relationship could be a little bit unexpected. The way it happens could be unexpected. The timing of it could be unexpected. Another thing the Two of Swords is saying is that, remember when I said some of you may be in different places and you're trying to figure out, how do we make this work? How are we going to go about this? What Spirit is telling me is that there's going to be a very simple solution. Everything is going to come together, and not to worry about it. Everything is going to just kind of flow into place for you. And then we have the Ten of Wands. So with the Ten of Wands, this is what I'm saying about simplicity. Remember when I said that I keep feeling in the past you may have had like a push and pull relationship with someone, where it was always like a push and pull situation. It was very difficult. That is not happening here. It's the opposite of that. In the past, you could have had where in a relationship, you wanted different things. You wanted different timelines. That is not happening here. You're on the same page. You don't have to do everything like on your own. You have someone who's there to help you. And this like difficulty from the past is simplified for some reason. And well, not some reason, it's because your energy is completely different. Your communication styles are completely different within this particular relationship. Then we have the Six of Wands. Yeah. So the Six of Wands, this is a victory card. This is a success card. This is also a card of great energy and great strength, which you have up here, because you don't get to this point without a sense of, strong energy and passion and strength to get here. And so that's what I'm saying, where you're on the same page. You both want the same things. You're building the same things. Your goals for this relationship are the same. There's also something about the two of you coming together that creates like this super powerful dynamic between the two of you. And another thing that I'm getting with the Six of Wands is that for those of you who are in different places from each other, have no fear. Everything's going to work out. You're going to be in the same place. It's not going to be that long before you can be in the same location. So everything's going to work out in that aspect as well. And then you have the Page of Cups. Yes, didn't I say, I think it was with the Two of Swords, that something like surprising could happen. You could unexpectedly meet someone. You could just be going about your business, and then all of a sudden you have just a chance meeting with someone. That's your destiny, that you are supposed to meet this person. So it's going to be a very, very happy surprise for you. This whole entire situation, you're going to find that you have a great connection with this person. You're going to find that everything flows very, very easily. The simplicity of the relationship is going to be an amazing surprise. There is a sense of comfort in this relationship that comes with this simplicity. There's a sense of innocence that comes with this, where I just keep feeling like in the past there was like a battle of egos or something like that in a past relationship. That is not here. everything just flows. Everything is so easy and just kind of falls into place for you. And I feel like this in September, it's the beginning of just a really, really beautiful connection that you have with this person. And that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.